Yo, welcome to the original OC channel. It is Tuesday, the 11th of March, 2025. Afternoon stream in the United States. It is 3:30 world time, 3:30 US time. We had daylight savings time this past weekend, so we have shot an hour ahead. We have a couple of topics for today. We're going to do a short afternoon stream for our friends in Europe. And we will be discussing two topics, or any other topics that you guys want to discuss. Number one, what are the best Patek Philippe references to start your journey with the Patek Philippe authorized dealer? Or maybe you shouldn't start one at all. Alex, Wristwatchholic, did a double unboxing, 2 brand new pieces from the Patek Philippe boutique. He jump-started his journey. Did you think it was the right thing to do? I started my journey last year with Patek Philippe. Buckley started his journey with Patek Philippe. Rosé started his journey with Patek Philippe, I think in 2023. So listen, there's a lot of great choices for you to start your journey with Patek Philippe. Let's talk about it. Topic number two. Should we ban all watch talk on this channel? We had a colony team call today. We had a leadership meeting. There was a motion. One of the motions was, after the global moratorium is over on March 31st, that the moratorium should be extended and expanded. So not only should we continue to recommend to the global watch community that no watch purchases be made, but also that we would suspend all watch talk on the Colony Network for 3 months in protest. If the releases at Watches and Wonders suck. So listen, so there's a poll running right now. The poll is pretty clear. The poll reads, if the 2025 Rolex and Patek Philippe releases at Watches and Wonders suck, should we ban all watch talk? The results of this poll are not binding. We may decide to ban watch talk regardless of the outcome of this vote. So just this may be the last stream. This may be one of the last streams where we actually talk about watches here. We're actually thinking about banning all watch talk here. I think the channel might survive. I think the channel will survive. Will we have like 5 or 6 viewers instead of 50? Sure. You know what? But that's condensed quality over quantity. The watch talk here isn't really good anyway. So if you guys are coming for quality watch talk, you're probably heading on over to the Tea and Tickers channel, right? Tea and Tickers is going to do a show at 5 p.m. Eastern. If you want quality watch talk, you're going to go over there. You're not going to stay here. This is garbage watch talk. So maybe we should just ban all watch talk going forward. So without warning, if the Watches and Wonders releases suck, and in a way, maybe they should suck. Maybe the definition of suck is different. Like maybe Rolex should not do anything. Maybe Rolex should just say like, fuck you guys. We'll introduce a couple of dial colors and that's it. Suck an egg for a year. See you in 2026. Maybe they'll do that. And maybe that'll be a good thing. Maybe that won't be a sucky thing. Anyway, vote in the poll. Let's see if we can get to, I don't know how many people watch the show. We're lucky if we get like 10 viewers. So in an afternoon, if there are 10 people watching right now, I would be lucky. I highly doubt that we even have 10 watching. But vote in the poll. Let's see who we have in the chat. Let's do our customary 45 minutes of introductions. I learned that. I learned that from the best live streams in the business. Hey, we've got Goldfinger. Goldfinger, who I'll be seeing in Geneva. Goldfinger 0808 from Trinidad and Tobago is flying to Geneva for Watches and Wonders. I will see him there. He's first. Hey, Kylo, you want to come join me on the live stream? Nope, guess not. Hey, we've got SE, almost first. SE, I'll be seeing in Geneva as well. We're going to be heading to the Patek Philippe Rare Handcrafts exhibition, which is awesome. I'm going to be doing that with SE and several other people. I will be. Do I have to get a tailored suit? I need to. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of worried about, like, SE always looks so good. Should I show up in my size 4 Skechers and drawstring backpack to meet SE, or should I up my game? Good to have SE in the chat. SE's busy, but he'll be. I know he's listening in. He can't resist listening in. Hey, we got Logan Hall's grill streams. Not first, but nice try. Nice try. It's okay. It's good to have you listening. Kylo. Hey, Andy Lewis is in the chat. He's on the Patek Philippe journey for sure. He has 3. I think he has 3, right? I have such a bad memory. Old age. He has at least 3 Patek Philippe's, including the new two-tone Cubitus. Including the new two-tone Cubitus. Check this out, by the way. Check this out. I'm going to play this. Shout out to official CP Time. I don't want to give his real name, but he was at the Cubitus launch event in Miami, Florida. Check this out.
Top notch. We were here celebrating the Cubitus. My opinion on the watch isn't fully set. I think it has a lot of potential, but we'll see how the new variations work. They had these really dope cigars that said Cubitus on it. I thought
dope cigars, guys. Look at that. Cubitus branded cigars. Hand wrapped right there on site.
That was a really nice touch. Big shout out to Temple House on the decor.
The Temple House was the venue for the party.
I mean, it really looked amazing there. Kind of gave me like an 80s vibe. And then when the party started,
woo, look at the party, baby.
Were having a
count how many people are here. Let's just go through here. I think I see 10, 20, 30, 40. It looks like about 100 people.
Really, really good time. You know, one of the things I really did appreciate about...
there he is, the man of the hour, Terry Stern. Terry. The Cubitus is my brainchild.
Meeting the people involved in Patek and listening to Terry Stern was that this is his vision and he is going full forward with it. And I have to respect somebody who is in his position.
Terry needs to cut down on the sweets. Yeah.
He does what he wants when he wants to, and that's the
That's his way of saying Terry is stubborn. Terry is a really stubborn leader. I'm just deciphering the code here. Let's look at the event. Look at this. You got projectors showing all kinds of stuff. You got lights. You got neon. Cubitus everywhere, which, by the way, is still an awful name. Let's not pretend it isn't.
The ultimate goal of anybody who's creating art.
Creating art, guys. That's what Terry Stern's doing. He is an artist. He is a artist, and watches are his canvas. Art is a labor of love for Terry Stern, and that's what he's doing. And some people don't like art. Some people don't appreciate art. There might be some people in the audience that don't appreciate art, and that may be you. So you know what? Patek Philippe may not be your brand. If you don't appreciate the finer things in life, you don't appreciate art, you're not artistic, you don't see the artistic vision, you don't appreciate Terry's, artistic creative direction, then, listen. Patek is here to tell you one thing: fuck off.
Side note, shout out to all the CP Time fam that was in the building.
Shout out to CP Time, original CP, official CP Time on Instagram.
The most insane watch I saw there was reference 1518 Patek. It was absolutely amazing to see. Thanks for the
reference 1518. I think this is being auctioned off by Philips, I believe. I think this particular piece is being auctioned off. I'm not 100% sure.
brother that let me try this on. There was a lot of great people in the building, a lot of good entertainment. What up, Kevin Love?
Kevin Love in the house, guys. Kevin Love. Whoever the fuck that is.
But it was really cool. There was a DJ there named DJ Marshmallow.
Marshmallow. Check it out, Marshmallow. He has a bucket on his head. He has a cause bucket. Marshmallow, guys. The DJ, very famous DJ who plays with a cause bucket over his head.
I had to look him up. My nephew was very...
I had to look him up. Come on, you don't know Marshmallow? I mean, I don't know any of his stuff, but I don't know his work, but I've heard of him. Come on, everyone knows this guy.
Upset that I didn't know who that was, but he rocked the house down. Thank you, Watch Fam, for coming along on my...
Hey, look at this. I got DJ Khaled. And another one. DJ Khaled in the house.
First Patek trip.
Look at that. You got Patek doily resting on top of your coffee or whatever that is. Look at this. This is what they're going all out for the Cubitus, guys. All out for the Cubitus.
What's going on, CP Time family? Come with me on my first brand trip with Patek Philippe. Big shout out Tiny Jewel Box for inviting me. This was absolutely an amazing experience.
Oop. Oh, shout out to the Tiny Jewel Box. Oops. Sorry about that. Let's do it again.
Pull up the vibes that you're playing. Can you play some more? Can you play some more?
Please. All right. What happened to it? What happened? Oh, here it is. Sorry about that.
What's going on, CP Time family? Come with me on my first brand trip with Patek Philippe. Big shout out Tiny Jewel Box for inviting me. This was absolutely...
Look at this. He's hobnobbing with celebrities at the Temple House.
An amazing experience. We were at the Temple House in Miami. Weather was beautiful. People were super friendly. Everything was top notch. We were here celebrating the Cubitus. My opinion on the watch isn't fully set. I think it has a lot of potential. But
in other words, I don't like the watch. I hate the watch. That's what he said.
We'll see how the new variations work. They had these...
Let's see if it gets any better by doing something to it, hopefully.
Really dope cigars. I said
dope cigars, yeah. Anyway, that's the Cubitus launch. Thank you, official CP Time, for the live coverage. All right, back to the action, back to the chat. We have Irish Time. 5212 Steel, that's 5212A. Patek Philippe 5212A, weekly calendar in the house, but with a nicer strap. Beautiful. Yeah, that is the thumbnail for the live stream. Thank you for the comment. We have John D in the chat. We have Double D. There are no short streams, only short actors. Well, I'm definitely one of those. 5'1", size 4 Skechers. Good to have Double D. Hope you're doing well, Double D. Let's catch up soon. Hey, look at this. Kelso, and we got Vimal in the chat. The best Patek Philippe is the one that the AD will sell you. That's right. Any Patek Philippe that they offer you is one you should buy. That's the best Patek. Got Kelso in the chat. The 3 best choices. He actually takes these questions very, very seriously, very literally. The 3 best choices are the 5212 weekly calendar, the 6119 Calatrava, small seconds, and the 5226. That is the asphalt time only, time and date. Best starters in the current collection. You know what? I might just agree with Kelso. Kelso is extremely smart, one of the most knowledgeable guys. He thinks through these Patek Philippe things very carefully, and he started his journey. I think he had a 5212, And then he ended up getting the 50, is it a 5230 perpetual calendar? He has a beautiful perpetual calendar with a cream dial. And looking forward to meeting up with Kelso in Geneva. Very cool guy. We've got Mr. Fahrenheit, who says, woo! I think I might try to start with a 5226G. You know what? People are warming up to that model. True. People are warming up to the 5226G. Check it out. This is the asphalt dial that was inspired by the look of a camera, the outer shell of a camera. And it looks, more and more people are warming up to it. The case with the hobnail design on the side of the case, the syringe hands, all the loom, all the numerals are loomed. The date colored, the dial colored date wheel. There's a lot of good stuff here to like about this watch. Hey, this isn't a bad watch. This is not a bad watch, guys. Start your journey with a 5226. Gee, it's a gold watch. What are you going to complain about? It's a gold watch from Patek Philippe. By the way, I just want to remind you that you can join the panel. I will drop the link in the chat because it's probably hidden behind the poll. Mr. Fahrenheit, yeah, 5226G. Good call, Mr. Fahrenheit. And Mr. Fahrenheit is also a member. Thank you for being a member of the original OC channel. If you have a star next to your name, please click on the currency icon in the chat. Make sure you use your free member milestone chat. I also want to remind you, those of you with stars next to your name, members have access to custom member emojis. Okay? You have member emojis. Today is a Patek themed show. So I want everybody in the chat who's a member, fire up those Patek emojis, guys, in the chat. Let's fire them up. Or fire up your favorite brand. We got Rolex in there. We've got AP. Use the custom emojis, guys. It's a special perk. We've got Julius Caesar, 6119R. That means the 6119 rose gold is a potential dress watch I would like to buy someday. Absolutely gorgeous watch. Shout out to Alex, wristwatchholic, who just picked up a brand new 6119R from the Patek Philippe boutique. Cheers to you. Congratulations on starting your journey. Let's see how things are going in the poll. The poll, when we get to 50 votes in the poll, we're going to close it. If the 2025 Rolex and Patek Philippe releases at Watches and Wonders suck, should we ban all watch talk on this channel? There is a motion that was offered today. The motion is being considered that if the watch releases at Watches and Wonders suck, that we will not only extend the global ban, the global moratorium on watch purchases, but we will also suspend all watch talk on this channel in protest. And we may do that, but we want to hear from you. Is that something that you would be in agreement with? If not, that's okay. There's lots of other good channels. You want a great watch talk, go to Tea and Tickers. They have great watch talk there. You can learn about all the brands that Tickers and Brian cover. High quality watch talk from England. Guys, the best watch talk comes from the UK. You ever notice that? All the best YouTube channels are from the UK. True. So, hey, we got Patek Chris in the house. No specific reference per se. Anything they want to sell you. You're the second person who said that. Anything they want to sell you, the better the margin, the better for what you want long term. That's right. Play the game, guys. Play the game. Do it on their terms. Do whatever they tell you to do. Whatever they tell you to do is what you need to do. Simple as that. Johnny O in the chat from Chicago. What's up? Hey, we got Jeff, member of the OC channel. It's got to be a first piece you like and can hang on to for at least 3 years. That's right. In other words, this is something you may be stuck with because you can't sell it or else you'll get blacklisted. That's right. Patek Chris, why 3 years? Because they're going to blacklist you if you sell it. Oh, no. Really? Oh, boy. He couldn't not take the bait. SE, what's up?
Here we go. Hey, OC. Hey, everybody.
Good afternoon. Good evening from Germany. How are you?
Good evening. It's close to 9 p.m. here. I'm good. So few days ahead, and I can wait to go to Watches and Wonders. And
it's going to be exciting, isn't it?
Paint Geneva red. Yes, yeah, definitely. So
for sure.
So yeah. Actually, I will just sit in the back and
sit in the back. By the way, did you catch the double unboxing from Alex Wristwatch Holic the other day? Wasn't that mind blowing?
It was really mind blowing. He did the absolute right move in my opinion, and I watched parts of it. I have to rewatch it again when I have more time, but obviously I know what he got, and yeah, it's reason to congratulate him because he took one of the most classic references, and on the other hand, one of the most quirky and fun ones as well. So couldn't have started better.
I can imagine there will be some people in the chat who are afraid to come on the panel and actually challenge the notion that Alex did the right thing. There's some people who are very anti the Patek Philippe journey nowadays. You know what? They're like, you know what? Patek Philippe, they want you to buy a Calatrava. They want you to buy a complication. They want you to buy, they want you to actually love the brand and keep the watches before they sell you one of these extremely desirable sports style watches that go way over retail. And I would, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I would venture to say that you think that that's a good thing, that they want to withhold those references for people who actually deserve them. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely. But on the other hand, there is no right or wrong. I mean, it's depends on how you approach the whole thing. If your only goal is to get the price, then you've said it numerous times on the streams. Then you should go gray and just get the models or whatever you want. So it really comes down to what you want to get, and therefore there is no right approach. We can't even give the right references here. I mean, what Alex did is take two references that he obviously liked, and it also comes down to how many watches do you intend to add at what pace, and so there is no best way, or there is no best reference. If you want to please Patek, of course you go for the 5270, for example, J, the reference that I love very much, that is quickly approaching 200,000 right now. Patek priced it up extremely in the last years. On the gray, you can get it for 130, for example. So you're immediately right out the gates getting a $80,000 haircut. You can do similar things with perpetual calendars, for example. So this will make an impression. But the question is, do you actually? Of course, there's no use of trying to make an impression. And if the value is in your is your primary this is your primary objective, then that's a very bad way to go about it.
Very
I would say
bad. It's a very unbecoming way to start a relationship
definitely.
with one of the most important and stoic luxury brands in the world. To think that you should be counting your pennies.
I would say it's not even. I would say it's not. Patek doesn't want us to do anything. They don't need a customer that actually thinks the way that you depicted it. I would never. I would. I would highly doubt that Terry Stern or anyone in the company wants customers to be bitter about having to go through those different references that those people don't like anyways in order to get the price, so to speak.
Exactly.
So no one's actually asking people to do it. And again, if that's your primary objective, then go for what you want directly, and that's the best way to do it.
Yeah,
I'll be a little on the other. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, keep going. Keep going.
I'm just saying, if you're starting out with Calatravas, for example, the ones that Kessler mentioned before, those are nice starting points. But on the other hand, why not start like you with a 5396 G that is much more heavy hitting, and have a good start from that angle, so to speak, because if you take the smaller references at the beginning, you won't make a dent, or you won't get attention from anyone, so to speak. It really also comes down to your AD. I would say the factor of mutual understanding, the question whether there's a good chemistry between the customer and the author as dealer plays a much higher role of whether you will get the hard to get stuff in the end than really trying to find the perfect reference, so to speak, because it's very subjective and it's very individual anyways.
Yeah. Let me be a little bit more, maybe a little harsher, yeah, and a little bit more direct in my analysis than you. Like, for example, why not start off your journey with this beautiful, as you just hinted, beautiful 5270J. This exemplifies what it means to own, love, and cherish Patek Philippe. It's a collectible that you will love and wear and pass down for generations. Now, sure, it carries a slightly elevated price tag of $194,000. But listen, if your wallet isn't prepared to commit to a journey with Patek Philippe, maybe, and this isn't Patek Philippe's fault, maybe you aren't the ideal customer. Like maybe when they say, hey, look at this beautiful 5270J, and you think to yourself, oh no, I really don't like this watch, or I think this is too expensive, then you're disqualifying yourself as a loyal Patek Philippe customer. And there's nothing wrong with that. But they're not doing it to you. No one's putting a gun to your head saying you need to love Patek Philippe. But you are the one saying, you know what, I don't want to spend $194,000 on a watch. That's fine. And that's fine. Move on. They have, there's Oris. Oris is a good brand for you, maybe. Or Nomos. Maybe you like the Bauhaus look. Go with Nomos. It's German. So there's a lot of other choices. But if you want to be a loyal, lifelong Patek Philippe customer, yeah, I mean, maybe skip the Calatrava, go straight to a banger like this that will not only raise your profile, but it actually accomplishes multiple things at the same time. It's complications. It's a chronograph. It's a dress watch. It's precious metal. Look at it. It's timeless. It's gorgeous.
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
Now your reaction.
You hit the nail on the head.
100% I did, of course.
It's fun. The journey is far more determined by what you're willing to spend than by whether the strategy is the right one, or whether the succession of the single, like the build up, so to speak, is the right way. Because if you're like you so rightly said, if let's say you're maximum budget is 150,000, which is not too much for Patek Philippe, then, well, you have to ask yourself, what kinds of references do I want to own finally if I want to go through that journey? Where does the journey, what kind of end state do I imagine this journey to have? And am I financially potent enough to actually go through that journey, or is money not an issue at all? Then I would say there is, I mean, there is no right way to go about it. Take what you like. And as you so rightly said, I mean, I went to Buchera in Munich, for example, and they really said, if you go for this reference at retail, it will make a dent. Definitely, it will be noticed in Geneva as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then what's next? I mean, if, for example, that would definitely be my upper limit. So if I wanted to impress anybody by losing 80,000 right off the gate, what would I want to use that impression for in order to continue? Because it would financially would not be a smart move.
Yeah, please
And
stop focusing on finances. It's demeaning to the brand, SE. Please don't worry about secondary values. And I'm going to go so far as to say, if you're already thinking about what the end of the journey is like, and like, oh, what's going to be the end of the rainbow? What do I want to accomplish with Patek Philippe? Maybe that's the wrong mindset, because this should be a never-ending journey. Right, Patek Philippe will be coming out. Patek Philippe. This is about a lifelong, actually, a relationship that's going to extend beyond your lifetime to your children and your grandchildren. You want to establish a multi-generational partnership that there should be no end. You should commit to buying watches and loving watches and being a loyal member of the Patek Philippe family for generations to come. So why think of an end? That's almost.
I love it. I love it. You could start at a boutique tomorrow. Absolutely. I mean, you're totally right. I mean, it's
offensive. It's offensive, SE. It's offensive to the brand to think about what the end of the rainbow piece is. Or I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get an Aquanaut. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I mean, it's part of our of the whole hobby. That
very unseemly.
Many people don't find this piece that actually that actually makes the tickle go away, and you're just happy with what you have. So this whole what's next, just one more watch, that's part of collecting in general, and therefore, obviously, you want to move on, but on the other hand, and they come out with something all the time. But on the other hand, it's you need an unlimited budget in order to pursue that. And I mean, I know you just play the shtick, and if you have unlimited budget and you can spend a couple of million per year, then Patek is the perfect brand for you, and you can get all the minute repeaters, work your way up to a Grandmaster Chime. And yeah, but then imagine if that was the end of your journey, then also a lot of fun goes away. I mean, they come up with new stuff, but what tickles your fancy then if you're in that kind of realm? So I just wanted to say, I will never be able to afford minute repeaters at retail, not at retail. So it is important. Again, stick aside. You know me, I'm German. I'm very. I'm very methodical in my approach, which is why I don't pull the trigger right away. I think about my decisions first and foremost, so that once I made the decision, I can actually love the decision for a long time to come. Especially when it comes to getting heirlooms. Which also, by the way, which also means that if you're getting, for example, the 5270, it's a lot of money. Do you really want to give that to you? Do you think your children will run around with that watch? It will be a burden as well. So you might really want to think about what you create. So again, in my opinion, of course, it's not about value. It's not about the monetary thing. But if you don't think about it, you will. For example, today I was at my AD and I had the 5224 in my hands. It's a travel time rose gold with a 24-hour display, blue dial. Just an amazing watch with a beautiful movement. And yeah, again, for example, for me, that's too quirky. That's too outside of what Patek normally produces. I would much rather go for I'm not. I don't know whether I'm too happy with the 5172 chronographs that they have at the moment. I mean, the one that Jeff got with the blue dial is beautiful, but I kind of I feel bad about the 5170 having been discontinued. That's a very beautiful chronograph, manual wind. That's as good as it gets as far as chronographs go, for example. So I would feel more at home with these kinds of references. So again, yeah, if you take that, just because at the moment it would be a good idea. I mean, your AD loves you if you take a reference like that at retail. And if you then down the line decide to sell it again, of course you can take a haircut.
Blasphemy! Blasphemy!
If you
please.
do that,
Why would you?
If you do that too often, you will unnecessarily limit your options that you'll have in the future. So let me be blasphemic in that respect. Yeah.
You said something very important. You said you used the term heirloom, right? I mean, it's like we're not buying watches here, guys. If you're thinking of this as like I'm buying watches, I'm buying and selling watches, I collect watches, then Patek Philippe probably isn't your brand. This is about assembling cherished heirlooms and appreciating extremely valuable heirlooms, pieces of art. And these aren't just timepieces. These are heirlooms that you're going to pass down from generation to generation. So it's important that you think of it in that context. Don't put price tags on these things. And please don't think about selling. That is a loser's mentality when you're starting off with building a relationship with Patek Philippe.
Actually, I totally agree. And if I had unlimited funds, I would actually also I would think that way. I would pretty much get every reference. I love Patek Philippe. I collect a lot more than that I'm kind of a nutcase when it comes to that. I resonate very much with. I resonate very much with what they stand for. Also, with the combination of classic elegance and all the history and heritage that they have, and on the other hand, the willingness to go towards new horizons and be daring, for example. Not only the Cubitus, but also references like the 5226 or 5326, which is even nicer in my opinion. The travel time with the intriguing dial, and yeah, they try out so many new things. So again, I would get everything, which I can't. So I have to think very thoroughly about what the perfect way is, because if I buy something, I want to keep it, and therefore, yeah. If we want to draw it back to the original question, in my opinion, there is a perfect reference to take at the beginning, or there is a perfect journey, but it's completely individual. It really comes down to your financial position, but also to your taste. It comes down to what your AD can provide you with. It comes down to how many pieces you want to have down the line. And again, what kind of realm do you want to move into? Are you able to move into the really high end stuff? Don't you love
when SE takes my topics literally and he doesn't understand that they're complete sarcasm clickbait?
I do understand it, but I'm trying to make it. Make it serious.
Guys, we need to get one more vote in the poll to reach 50 votes, and then we will close it. The poll is about not only extending the global moratorium on watch purchases, but we also want to ban all watch talk on this channel. If the Rolex and Patek Philippe releases at Watches and Wonders suck, should we ban all watch talk? Now, the results are not binding, so please keep in mind, regardless of how you vote, we may, for 3 months after Watches and Wonders, ban all watch talk here. Does that mean that this channel will suffer? Probably not, because the quality of the content is very, very low anyway. So if you want quality watch talk, you probably don't like this channel and probably don't listen anyway. So I don't think the channel will suffer at all. Let's get one more vote to hit 50 votes. If you just joined, vote in the poll right now so I can end it.
Don't you like when OC does his shtick, because well,
shtick.
You know that people come here because it's basically, I mean, I would surprised if I was mistaken if there was a better place to get absolute premium knowledge, and also a good understanding of the pulse, not only the market but also well, here there are so many great collectors taking part in the discussion, on the panel, in the chat, and also behind. I mean, in the broader area. So it's so valuable. On the other hand, I can completely understand why you guys are talking about it. I'm not surprised that this poll comes, because you pretty much figured it out. And I mean, everything else, of course, brands constantly come out with new stuff, but the dynamic doesn't change, and the history doesn't change. I mean, at a certain point, you are so deep down the rabbit hole as far as knowing the dynamics. And you guys helped me a lot, in my opinion, of getting closer to that core knowledge. And then there's not too much new. There are not too many new additions or new layers, if you understand what I mean, that are necessary to understand the whole thing. So, which is why I have to admit it, also went through that development that I'm not fascinated by everything that the watch industry comes out, but I also looked for my niche, so to speak, and yeah. So
listen,
so
we do good quality watch content, and we have good panelists, but sometimes we have terrible quality content and terrible panelists. Speaking of which, Brian, welcome to the show.
Hello. Let me say 3 things. Are you ready?
No, okay. Do you have half an hour?
No, I'm going to be a lot shorter. There he goes. 3 things. 1, you want to improve this channel? Take it off of YouTube completely. That'd make it great. 2, if dollar amounts and price tags don't matter to us, why the fuck does Patek Philippe put price tags on their watches? They ought to just give them away to qualified people. All right. And 3, if you want quality watch talk, yeah, you do have to wait for a British-based channel. And SE, before you respond, I just want you to know that Tea and Ticker starts in 45 minutes, so please keep your response short. Thank you.
We will be sending all of our viewers over to Tea and Ticker's channel at 5 p.m. Eastern.
And that, my friends, is how you do Jewish sarcasm.
I hope I'll be sound asleep by then. So, first and foremost, Brian,
if you want to be sound asleep, just tune into the Tea and Ticker channel at 5 o'clock. Brian will be on the panel. You'll be asleep by 5:05.
Listen, anytime you want to fall asleep, everybody knows I have a podcast. You put that on, I guarantee you, your people 2 blocks away from you are going to fall asleep.
Can't read the damn thing.
Well, let me respond. The first notion that you gave, the first statement, I completely disagree. I think, as I said before, there's a need. There is a craving for content in that regard, as OC called very often, and I think people would be devastated if they did it. Of course, I know you're just kidding,
devastated.
But yeah. Second, well, they want to take this part of the market as well, people complaining about having to go through these different motions in order to get the Nautilus. They would just want to have that money as well. So they don't only go to the whales. Why would they not use that part of the market as well? I forgot what you said third, but actually I will replace 3 with congratulating you on the 5960. That is a reference, as quirky as that reference is as well, that I've been looking very hard at too. I know the 010 is far more rare, and therefore, I mean, Tim also called it obviously more collectible, but I think the white dial is so much more beautiful. And by the way, the head of the German Department of Patek Philippe that has been working for Patek Philippe since the 90s, Michaud, I think is his name. He has that reference, and it can be seen very often wearing it. And there's a reason for it, because it's so not Patek in a certain way. I mean, they went really weird with it, but on the other hand, it's become a staple of the quirky ones as well, and I love it. So congratulations again.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been on my radar for a long time, so happy to have it on my wrist.
We all join in congratulating Brian on the pickup of the Patek Philippe. What's the reference again?
5960.
5960 steel, stainless steel with the white white dial with the blackened indices and the red accents.
And the much rarer version is the one with the black dial that was only made for less than a year. Yes.
Brian has the 001. The Patek always has, when they come up with a reference, they come up with -001. And then the second iteration is the 010. And that's just the black one. And I think that's almost double, right? The price. But again, that's a very good point. I would never go for that because I find it a lot less attractive than the white dial.
I want to say hello to so many great people in the chat. Buckley is in the chat, welcoming SE. We got Pooley from Austria, right?
Wait, there's great people and Buckley too?
Michaud is from Austria and Pooley's from Germany.
Pooley's from Germany. And we've got D Wood in the chat. In addition to D Wood, we have Grandmaster Chime. We've got Sammy. We got JB. We got Johnson, EDC. We got Mike Lewis. We got all the best people from the community here. And by the way, the poll results are as follows. The poll question was, if the Rolex and Patek Philippe releases from Watches and Wonders suck, should we discontinue Watch Talk on this channel? No, 62%. Yes, 21%. And maybe 15%. So there you go. With 50 votes cast, a very clear majority of you do not want the Watch Talk to end. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Vamal is in the chat with a flamingo blue highlighted comment from Canada. Congratulations, Brian, on the Patek Philippe Kung Fu Panda. Is that the official nickname, or should we dub it that going forward?
It looks more like if a Kung Fu Panda had a Cyclops eye. Yeah.
What do you consider the most quirky part of that watch?
Oh, well, first of all, that it's a full stainless steel watch. I mean, back when they came out with this, how many stainless steel bracelets? Yeah, stainless steel case and bracelets did they really do?
Yeah.
And then the fact that it's black, white, silver, and the red hands just looks like.
I think the power reserve. The power reserve in the 12th region is really makes it quirky, and that's so fun. Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm glad it does not have a moon phase, because that's just an irritating thing that I'd have to set occasionally. But it is fun that when when the power reserve runs down, it covers part of the Patek Philippe name on the dial.
All right. Should we actually give this topic serious consideration? And let's take a look at complications. Should you just be bold and start off your Patek journey with bypass the Calatrava and go direct to complications? What say you, Brian?
No, you need, if you really want to work the AD system, you need to get just the introductory Calatrava, maybe a 3-hand manual wind, simple, classic, and build your collection from there.
Okay, so you want to establish a relationship with what would be basically an entry-level piece. So we've got the AutoZone, we've got the Asphalt time and date, we have the precious metal 5227s in cream and in black, and then we have the 6119s in rose gold and white gold. Do you disagree, SE?
Well, as I said before, I don't disagree. It depends on what you want to, what goal you want.
You can
to
disagree.
reach.
You can disagree.
So, yeah, I would disagree if your goal was to get application pieces, to make an impression and go into rare handcrafts, to get minute repeaters, to get a Nautilus just for the fun of it, because you're on a different track anyways. Then I would say I would directly go to high complications, the grand complications. If your goal is to have your final piece, like the more sought after things, and if you have a limited budget, so to speak, then I would say obviously Brian's approach is the best, because I mean you will have to hope and yeah.
You're too diplomatic. You're too diplomatic, SE. Why not start off with something like this, a world time chronograph in platinum? Why don't you show them that you mean business, that you actually love the Patek Philippe brand? Look at the beautiful green. If you love green guilloche dial, it's a chronograph, which is a complication for which Patek Philippe is known. The world time is a complication that Patek Philippe does the best, with that pusher at the 10 o'clock that advances 1 hour. It advances the location by 1 increment. Is it a little pricey? Sure, maybe it's beyond your budget, but to a Whole Milk's point, Whole Milk says Brian recommends you go to Patek Philippe and let them know you are too poor to afford their real watches. Yeah, what kind of impression does that make, Brian, when you walk in and say, listen, I'm not rich enough to actually afford to be a loyal Patek Philippe collector? What does that say?
No. See, Whole Milk, who I love dearly, is full of shit as usual, but I still love Whole Milk anyway, because that's how you get it. You get cottage cheese and other stuff from. The goal is, unless you're like SE, whose real last name is Daimler, and loaded out of the buttwads of money. SE hired David Hasselhoff to come and sing at his daughter's birthday party. Yeah,
is he still alive?
Yes, yeah. In fact, he's touring Germany right now. Nobody cares except for a few Germans. The goal is to go in there and tell them, look, I'm going to build a Patek Philippe collection, and I need to begin somewhere. I want to begin at the beginning of the collection, where it all started, with the basic, simple manual wind Calatrava, and then I plan on building up the collection and going in different directions as I grow with you. Dear sir, authorized dealer. Unless you're Mark Zuckerberg, SE, are you really Mark Zuckerberg? Because I've never seen you in person, so you could be with an accent.
Definitely not.
Then you just go in and say, look, I'm Mark Zuckerberg. You want your searches to show up on my platforms? You're going to bump me up. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
But
what I said before. It really comes down to what your goal is, or why you're approaching the hobby in the first place. I'm pretty sure that there are Patek Philippe buyers as well who also don't know the references, and if you say, oh, that's a beautiful, I don't know, 5320, they go, oh yeah, it's a Patek Philippe or something like that, you know. So if money is really no object, obviously you buy what you want, and if you have very expensive taste, and you talk to other people at venues that have high complication pieces or application pieces, rare handcrafts, and so on, you want to have such a beautiful thing too. So you ask them about how to get it, and then you spend much more pricey. Well, you buy much more pricey models in order to get there. But that you said it right. If you want to please the AD, of course, I think that's the best way to approach it. And I think in my case, it's really genuine. I love the brand. I really love the brand, and therefore I would much, if you price aside, if you gave me a 50 to 70 on the one hand, and a 5711 or 5712 R on the other hand, I would have a very hard, or I would or will one day have a very hard time to decide, because while the Nautilus is very sought after, and it's such a trophy piece, it's not what Patek is all about. Despite the fact that it's a precious metal, Patek is complications, and the 5270 is so is exemplifying Patek so much that I would much rather go into that direction. So again, if you really love it, if you love the brand, if you love a certain model, then all the other considerations shouldn't even make a difference or play a role.
I love how some collectors, though, are delusional. They're so delusional they think that the brand should be accessible to them when it's clearly out of your realm of possibility. I might like Bugatti, for example, as a car brand, but the chances of my being able to acquire one and being able to afford one are way beyond, are zero. It's way beyond my reach. I think there are too many collectors that put Patek Philippe within reach when it's really out of their reach. And they should just realize that going in, like, hey, this isn't a brand that's for me. I don't want to spend $500,000 on watches. I don't even like the brand. All I like is the one hype piece that is $100,000 stainless steel watch, which, if that's for you, fine, but that's not emblematic of the brand. It doesn't represent the brand. It doesn't represent Patek Philippe collectors. And you should not be collecting us. So you shouldn't be a part of our family, and you can't afford it. And by the way, get the hell out of the boutique. Not in so many words, but like, why not? Why can't people realize that this brand, that it's not Patek Philippe's responsibility to be attainable for you and just to help you start off your journey with something cheap?
Well, the answer is because it's 2025, and this is going to rub many people the wrong way. I've also not only made friends when the Cubitus was released, and I was defending it very fiercely, because we're living in a society, or we're living in a world in which people treat situations like the one that you described like sour grapes. And
they're entitled. It's a sense of entitlement, right?
They think they can shame themselves into a position where out of fairness it should be given to them. Like you said, it's an entitlement, and I hate that that approach. I think you should work hard for what you want, and it should not be given to you because you convince the majority that it's unfair to those who want it, despite they have not really done too much for it, just for quote unquote fairness. In my opinion, that's very unfair to see it that way. But that's a trend that has been going around for, let's say, 2 decades now, and yeah, therefore they have their. I think that's the only thing that that Thierry Stern back then meant with haters, people that don't really resonate with the brand in the first place, might not even have known it, but then contribute to a shitstorm or take part in a digital witch hunt without any skin in the game. And that's the only thing that he wanted to say. He shouldn't have said it that way. But and then I don't want to refresh that discussion from back then. But I think that's the main issue. You should have some self-reflection, and some people don't have it.
Well said, SE. By the way, Brian, do you have the new acquisition handy? You're on mute.
Stand by. I was on mute because we were getting attacked by some malware. Do I have the new acquisition handy? Yes.
Yes. May we see it?
For a super chat, my PayPal address is.
For any size super chat, guys.
Brian. My PayPal address is.
It's Brian LePipe. Yeah, Brian LePipe at gmail.com.
I've asked myself today, since I read that, Brian LePipe,
Yes.
Is it Brian LePipe right now? Because it's French.
Yes, it should be, but that's only because I'm wearing a Patek Philippe. Yeah. See, there it is.
SE, commentary on this watch. You're very knowledgeable about Patek Philippe. What do you think about this one? Talk about the good points. Praise it. Make him feel good about this purchase.
I don't need him to make me feel good. I feel good about it.
You
anyway.
do. You need validation from your peers.
Oh, okay. Yes. I please tell me how large my penis is now that I've purchased this.
The views and opinions of Brian LePipe are those of his own, do not reflect the views of other panelists or the original OC channel.
Please tell me how shapely my buttocks is now that I wear this.
Well, I said it before. I think it's a very unique piece.
Unique. It's not good looking. Continue.
No, unique in the sense of if he had wanted to go in a direction that he would directly get a lot of praise from the douche section of Patek Philippe collecting, he could have for the same price gone for 5170, for example, and but he chose a piece with even more character, with less within the core line, so to speak, and that's what I meant by unique. If you see someone wearing that watch, they really wanted that watch, and it tells you a lot about the person wearing it, or more than, let's say, the 5170, because that has such a legendary status that people who buy it know exactly that they will get the praise. You know what I mean? Someone who's wearing a piece like that is really wearing it for himself, and also might want to make a statement, or just liked it. I don't want to put words into Brian's mouth.
It's very important what you said, SE, because just because someone calls this unique or interesting, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're calling it unattractive. So that needs to be said. I'm sure there are some of you in the chat will call it unique, and some of you will call it interesting, but we will not interpret that as some kind of pejorative. We will not assume that you mean that the watch is unattractive and ugly or not for you. Let's celebrate this unboxing and look at all the good attributes of the watch. Consider all the great attributes, like the pushers. That the pushers don't have aren't screwed down, so you can just push them and activate the chronograph. So many great attributes of this watch, guys. There are too many for me to even think about or even enunciate. There's so many good things about this.
The most important part of the watch is right there in the middle where it says Patek Philippe Geneva.
Yes.
You were right to not admit that it's an annual calendar, but because it's an annual calendar chronograph, and
Yes.
you get so much with that watch, complication wise. That's another thing. I mean, I think it's extremely good bang for buck, as far as that goes as well. So this,
Yeah, Brian even paid extra for the power reserve indicator option, which is available right underneath the date of the month window. It's a dealer added accessory.
Yeah.
To
I'll
add
be
the
I'll be
power
back
reserve
in a minute.
indicator.
I'll be back in a minute. I'm needed downstairs.
All right, sure. Yeah, Johnny O says it's uniquely interesting. That's not meant as a negative. It means it's a very much a positive. Thank you very much, Johnny O. Got Tobister McDonkey in the chat, Ryan Hofrey. John D is with us, representing New York City. And we've got Andy Lewis, member for 6 months. This channel isn't even 6 months old. I have no idea how that's even possible. But thank you very much, Andy Lewis. He is a Patek Philippe loyalist, owner of 3 Patek Philippe references, 3 absolutely gorgeous references. Does this count? Yeah, this counts towards the showing of Brian's latest acquisition.
Let me chime in real quick on.
Of course.
Let me chime in real quick regarding Andy Lewis. Today I had your reference on alongside with the stainless steel one. I had the two-tone one on as well. When they launched it, my ID didn't have the two-tone version, and I have to say it's so beautiful. I'm not a two-tone person at all. I don't want to expand on that notion, but it's just not my kind of jam. But they executed it so nicely. It's such an amazing watch. I could even imagine going for this instead of the
steel one?
steel version. Yeah, but it's just amazing. So I had to think of you when I put it on. Very, very good on you that you got it.
Yeah, I think the 2 big things that the two-tone version of the Cubitus has going for it, and I will pull it up just to show people, is number 1 is the bezel, the full bezel on top is rose gold, which really gives it a lot of presence. Makes it look like from the top down, like a full gold watch.
And it makes the watch very recognizable. I mean, the steel one has the same thing. So if you put it into the right angle, people will know from a mile away that it's a Cubitus because it's so present. But it's even more present, as you so rightly say, with the rose gold version.
Yep, full rose gold, all the whole bezel's rose gold. And the second thing is the great beautiful blue dial, which you don't get on the steel one. And it's just like the blue is a good blue. And I am very interested to see what variations they come up with for Watches and Wonders. If they come out with a white gold one with that steel dial, that will be quite interesting. If they come up with we saw images of a brown dial. It'd be interesting if they launch a full rose gold with the brown dial. Everyone knows that Patek, when they do full rose gold models like the 52, like the 5712, the 5711, they've done those with brown dials. So maybe keeping with that tradition, they'll launch the 5821 R, but with a brown dial. So we shall see.
Absolutely. I mean, the poll question is kind of hypothetical because it's going to be amazing. And one thing that I really love about Patek as well is that once you have the reference in hand, it's so much more beautiful. I mean, the renderings are so awful partly, and I think that's intentionally because that's made intentionally because the moment you have the watch in your hands, you're awestruck. I mean, the travel time, for example, the 5326 G, I didn't like when I saw it in pictures, but when I had it in hand, I wanted to take it with me directly. And it's the same with the Cubitus. I think people will not only warm up to it because time always does that, but also once they experience it in their own hands, the execution, I don't even care about the smaller sizes. For what? I mean, the Aquanaut is almost as it's pretty much the same size. The steel one and also the two-tone one fit on my wrist perfectly. To be honest,
Yeah, but
and I
the
put
thing is,
them in daylight. I put
Go
them in
ahead.
daylight, both of them. And you're right, the blue dial is beautiful, but also the green dial is so, variable. It's a beautiful watch. And whoever says something different, I mean, don't go for it. But I pity you in a certain way. Oh, that was elitist to say I pity you, but
I pity the fool who doesn't appreciate this watch. The other thing that I like about it is the lug to lug is actually kind of short. So even though it's 45 millimeter diagonally, the lug to lug on the wrists makes it very wearable. Now it does extend very wide. It is a very wide watch. I mean, so you have to kind of get used to that imagery on your wrist that's a little bit wider than the watch you might be used to wearing. But if you can stomach that, then I think you will like the Cubitus. James Hess, member for 7 months. I would wear it for sure. By the way, I've been a member for 7 months. How did that happen? I don't know. This channel hasn't even been on YouTube for that long. But shout out to James Hess. Thank you for being a member. Really appreciate it. And we've got Ryan Hofre, Flamingo Blue, highlighted comment from the United States of America. Go, Brian, go. Yeah, congratulations to Brian. He traded 3 watches. He traded a AP Royal Oak. I'm not sure if it was an offshore or some kind of Royal Oak. He traded a Gerard Perregaux black ceramic Laureato and got rid of a Breguet Type 20 something, which nobody should have in their collection, and traded those 3 watches and got the Patek.
great move.
Good move. It's the year of Patek Philippe. Everybody should be concentrating their collection into amazing Rolex and Patek Philippe references. The only other brands that are approved are maybe AP in a limited way and Richard Mille. All other brands are not approved for purchase, guys. Sorry to say, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. By the way, are you meeting with Chopard while you're in Watches and Wonders?
Yes, we are.
Cool.
So
have fun.
Now let's see. So Saturday is the big day.
Saturday's my big day at Watches and Wonders too. I will try to see everything on Saturday. I'll be there from dawn to dusk.
It's really overload, and it has such a charm if you go at the beginning, because many people don't really go at the start. So to see a place that is going to be packed in no time, when it's almost empty, has also some magic to it. I did that last year. It was very recommendable.
Patek's gonna have a great year. I think there's some people who are fans of AP who are very, very disappointed, very, very disturbed by the lackluster releases. The 2025 novelties have fizzled out quickly for AP, and those people are very, very bitter about it. And they're quite concerned that the brand is on a downward spiral. And listen, they're taking out their emotions on other brands. Switching topics, Boston Collector's in the chat, a member of the original OC channel. He says the Cubitus is an awful watch. I pity anyone who pays for it because you're missing out on good watches from Patek and you can't sell it. It's like getting a poorly done tattoo. Interesting commentary, but listen, all opinions are welcome here.
Well, we all know that Boston loves AP religiously, and I don't understand people.
Even with the 2025 novelties that were a failure to launch and have fizzled out completely in only a week.
Well, the thing is, if you love AP, then you love what they're doing. You know what I mean? I personally don't like where the brand was taken, because I'm a different kind of. I just, as I said, I vibe more with the way Patek projects their image, so to speak. For me, it's too crazy, too out there, and it's okay. I mean, it's everyone has their own taste, but people who actually like that kind of marketing strategy, who also like that kind of distribution strategy, why would they be disappointed? Because they're pretty true to themselves. If you don't see it as a one-trick pony, if you don't have a problem with the fact that they're pumping out all those royal oaks in different colors, so why would you be disappointed? They're just doing what they've been doing for years now. But those who actually don't like this brand doing that, I mean, of course they're leaving the ship. But there's Boston would, I think, rightly say that there's enough customers on the ship, and why would they be disappointed?
We've got Peruka in the chat. Peruka from Switzerland. I hope to meet up with Peruka in Geneva at Watches and Wonders. Are you coming? Are you coming? Please hit me up on either WhatsApp or Instagram. Let's plan to meet up on Saturday in Geneva. I hope you are coming. Super nice guy. He used to be on the streams back in the day when I first started on YouTube. When I was on when I first joined the panel on Tim's panel, Peruka was there, and so I have a very soft spot for him. Met up with him in Geneva 2 years ago, and he's just a super nice guy. It was one of the highlights of my trip 2 years ago, meeting up with him.
I've never met him. I only saw him on the streams, and there's no question about it that he's an extremely knowledgeable guy. He's like an encyclopedia. Also, I wouldn't. Yeah.
No, I miss his expertise. I miss his knowledge on the streams and his opinions. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, he's going to be there. All right, awesome. So Essie and I are going to be there. Let's do it. Mr. G's going to be there. Peruka, let's do it. Reach out to me on IG, and if you're okay, I'll add you to like the WhatsApp group that we have. We have a Geneva WhatsApp group that's growing by the day, by the way, So we're going to be adding 2 or 3 more people to it soon. It's amazing to hear how many people last minute are thinking about coming to Geneva for Watches and Wonders. Someone reached out to me today and said they want to come for the weekend, actually. To Geneva and just fly out to hang out with us. Okay, that is
in honor of SE. I went and got a little snack that I bought at Aldi.
Thank you so much, because that is the perfect reason now to hop off the panel. I pushed my calorie intake into. I actually wanted to fall asleep before the hunger came, because I had my workout and then wanted to, but then there was this then I saw that the stream would be fired up. So again, now the hunger comes. So thank you for that. I have to hop off right now before I what do you say, before I attack the refrigerator and empty it completely. It looks very, very tasty. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Essie, for coming on. It's always a pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your opinions. And looking forward to seeing you. We'll talk again soon, but let's I'm meeting up with SE.
Definitely.
We're meeting up with SE in Switzerland. It's gonna be awesome.
Really looking forward to it.
Very much.
Brian, once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
See you soon. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's all about meeting up with the great people in the community. DCNLV. It's true. He's in LV. We will be meeting up with him.
He's in Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. We'll be meeting up with him inside of a Louis Vuitton watch case later this year. We're going to hang out with him. He's invited. We're doing a big meetup, so it's be good to see DC again. Member for 7 months. It boggles my mind that that's even possible. Hello, all. Apparently, you've been around for 7 months now. Yep, I've been around longer. I've been around for 3 years.
7
I'm still
months.
Here.
That's a lot of wasted fucking money. Oh, I
try
mean,
it
that's a
out.
lot of great entertainment.
7 months is listen, guys. There's memberships available for as low as $200 a month. Please consider becoming a member.
And if you have an AARP card like I do, you get a 20% discount.
20% discount is only available in your mind.
Oh,
Let me I'll drop the link to the memberships. If you don't have a star next to your name, then please become a member like DCNLV, who is an awesome viewer, and I'm very much looking forward to meeting. He confirms, see, a real waste of money. There's over 60 people watching. To what do you attribute that, Brian? How is it possible there are 60 people watching this?
I can tell you why. I know exactly why. This is the rare 2 weeks out of the spring where we have sprung forward and Europe has not. So this is the normal 4 p.m. US time with Tea and Tickers. So everybody went looking for the Tea and Tickers show, and you were here doing the pregame show for him. So you picked up all his listeners.
This is the Tea and Tickers pregame show.
Yes.
That's right.
Chili
Badger and Tea and Tickers will be very, very pleased at the free promotion.
Yeah, I spent so much on my memberships, I can only afford to eat cheap snacks from Aldi now.
I don't shop at Aldi. We just go to big Target. Target for most of our groceries, Walmart for some of it, and then the grocery store for some special stuff. But mainly Target handles like 90% of what. I mean, I can survive on Lay's and Dr. Pepper Zero. So,
yeah,
I don't really need much.
Oh, I like I prefer Lidl, but we don't have them down here, so Aldi's good.
Okay, with over 50 people watching the live stream, let's do this. Let's drop the link. Someone, please, I'm not going to beg, but please join the panel. Contribute to the panel, guys. You'll have fun. Become the next YouTube superstar like Brian.
Or the next...
maybe you'll launch your own channel.
Or the next clickbait for the small wienered hate channels.
They only have they don't have any viewers these days. So it's really not that, they're really completely irrelevant. They've isolated themselves. No one even knows who they are. Speaking of completely unknown, Boston Collector, another member for 7 months. Guys, members, please check, see if you have a free member milestone chat. Thank you guys for using them. Breaking news. Patek Philippe has been booted from the Holy Trinity and replaced with Rolex. Now the Holy Trinity is left with Vacheron Constantin, F. Bjorn, and Rolex. Boston's really he's on a mission to redefine the watch industry.
He's really on a mission to make him really feel good about himself.
I know. Well, his Patek journey has failed, so I understand why he is very, very bitter. He's come to a dead end with Patek Philippe, believe it or not.
You know, if he would change his avatar name to Boston Le Collection, he'd be in. That's it.
Maybe it should be like Boston Former Collector. I don't know. But listen, he's going all in with AP. I think he's identified 3 or 4 new Code 1159s that he will add to the collection this year. And he loves the brand. He loves AP, despite their lackluster releases and their fizzled out performance and
their gender bending advertisements.
Yeah, their woke marketing.
I'm okay with.
Yep. Listen, hey, there's nothing wrong with it. I support those lifestyles. And if AP is a brand for those people and you identify with those alternative, Listen, if you're at a coffee shop on one of those MacBook Pros, doing your work and surfing the web or whatever you do during the day, sipping on your $7 lattes, do you believe those are AP customers, or do you identify with those people? If you do, then AP is your brand. If you identify with classic, timeless, elegant luxury, then maybe, and you're rich as fuck, then maybe you should be identifying with Patek Philippe, because you need to qualify to become a member of this family. It's not for the weak.
No, but I have determined that Patek Philippe in their pre-owned offerings has much more interesting stuff for me than Audemars Piguet.
Audemars Piguet.
No, it's Audemars Piguet.
Look at these beautiful timepieces here. You got the beautiful world time chronograph in platinum with the green guilloche dial and the green bright green lizard strap. Come on, man.
I told Boston if he'd just go to Watches and Wonders with a tattoo of the Cubitus on his butt, he'd be in right away. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go over and do my weekly duties.
All right, have fun over there. We will send the audience over as soon as we're done. Say hi to Tickers.
You were done the minute SE left, so.
No, there's still, believe it or not, there's still 60 people watching. Thanks, Brian, for jumping on. Appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Should we continue going? Should we continue the show? That is the question. If you want to continue the show, let me know by jumping on. Someone needs to jump on the panel. Otherwise, it's perfectly fine. As a matter of fact, I love competition. I believe competition is important. So what I'm going to do is, even though we're still live, even though the live stream is still on, if I even know where Tea and Tickers is it, where's that channel? I'll let you go over there. So I'll send people over. I don't care. I believe in competition. So I will, in the spirit of collaboration and competition, I will post the link in the chat. Head on over there. I'm not ending the live stream, but do me a favor. Head on over to that live stream and say hello and say Original OC sent you. Say hello from OC and the Colony. So everybody, click on over to Tickers, say hi in the chat, and then come back. Okay? And then come back. Cool. So yeah, go say hi to them and then come back. Buckley says Boston called Rolex mass-produced garbage 72 hours ago and then unboxed a Panda Daytona. The hypocrisy knows no bounds. That is a very interesting point. Let me show you something. As much you guys have been looking at Patek Philippe's for the last hour and a half. Now look at this. Okay. Look at this. Come on. Isn't this still the best? How do I say this? Isn't this, I could say, is this the best chronograph in the world? That could be a poll question. Is this the best Rolex in the world? Is this the best, most iconic watch in the world? Is it? Look at this thing. Look how they refined it. Look how they made it better. You know, I gotta say, we've been looking at Patek Philippe's for an hour and a half, but you put this on the screen, and I think everybody goes, fuck yeah, this is it. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. This is the Rolex Daytona 126500 with the white dial, refined and relaunched in 2023 with the steel rim around the Cerachrome bezel, thinner subdials, the revamped hour markers, nice and sharp, thin and sharp now, updated bracelet. They did a good job. They did a good job with this watch. This is still the pinnacle. Isn't this still the pinnacle of what watch collecting is about? It's still hard to get. It's still hard to get. So yeah, for sure. This is still amazing. Let's see what else is going on here. Any other watch news? Jump on the panel if you want to talk watches. This may be the last time we talk watches here before we implement a moratorium. We may do a complete ban.
On the count of three, say your favorite chip flavor. 1.
Or should I end it? Should I end it? Are we done? It's up to you guys. I'm all out of Oh, here we go. Good. Got somebody. Boston Collector.
What's going on?
Not too much.
Oh, I'm tired. I don't have long.
That's okay. We're going to end it pretty soon.
All
There's
right.
still open. There's still nearly 60 people watching. 60 people watching. So I can't let them down. By the way, thank you to Watch Ragazi. Welcome the Watch Ragazi viewers for joining. Welcome.
Guten
Say hello in
Tag.
the chat. Guten Tag, Watch Ragazi viewers. Great channel. Watch Ragazi. Check it out.
He should put like English in the title if they're going to speak in English.
Yes. That will,
Just
but they get, yeah. I'll tell them that.
Yeah. Because then people will see it and maybe go to it more often.
Well, from here, but they get 200 or 300 viewers.
1,000 viewers.
Yeah, they got 1,000 viewers. They got a lot of. They have a lot. They're like the biggest live stream, biggest watch live stream
In Europe.
in the world. Yeah. No, in the world actually.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Tea and Tigger's a second.
Tea and Tigger's, yeah. Yeah, I just told them that you sent us over there to call him a wanker. So
Very nice.
In the chat. He'll get it. He's funny like that. He'll be like, what? So news. Did you heard about the passing of was it John Pierre Hagman?
Yes.
Hagman? Yes. From Acrivia. Did you guys talk about that already?
No, we have not talked about it.
Yeah. He was an amazing watchmaker, case maker, he came out of retirement to work with Regepi on his watches, and you know, one of those kind of like you know, the Gay Ferrer bracelets maker, and he was one of the top case makers. So long career, so he'll be missed. And then there was a cool there's a cool collab with Laurent Ferrier and Shreve Crump and Low in Boston, which I saw.
MJ and I were talking about this
Yeah.
earlier, and we actually took a look at it in depth. Let me pull it up here.
Also, yeah, you can pull that up. Yeah, looks pretty good. So it says Shreve Crump and Low right above the.
Yeah, like in a Daytona kind of style font with in periwinkle blue.
With rose gold, yeah. And then
yeah,
have a steel version as well, right?
There's two versions. There's a stainless steel and a rose gold.
Yeah.
The rose gold is $50,000, and the stainless steel is $42,000.
Cheap. Nice, beautiful looking watches. That's cool that they did that. And then there was another watch thing. Oh, do you know the guy? I think his name is Mike. He's like a vintage watch guy. He walks around New York.
Mike Nouveau?
Yeah, Mike Nouveau.
Yeah.
He did you see what he was talking about? The new LV watches.
Are they really new?
Yeah, so there's a vintage watch that it's basically like a round watch with the crown at 12, and then it has like a strap, like a almost like a NATO looking strap. So it goes under the case. It kind of looks like maybe a little bit like the Cartier baseball. It's round like that, kind of. I don't know. Anyway, but apparently the new ones were worn on the runway for the latest LV show in Paris show or something that just happened. And so that's why he was like, basically they're confirmed that they're coming out. So no one really cares. I just
no
sure why.
But it's good to bring it up.
Yeah. In case somebody wants that stuff. Other watch news. I think the Rolex things are all fake leaks.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
the only one that really made sense was like the green, Sky Dweller in yellow, but that's just so easy to make these things.
Yeah, I imagine that all of those were faked. They're not leaks. They're just renderings.
Why would they? I think that Rolex just got the patents on Land Dweller just because they didn't want someone else using something that could be associated with Rolex. I don't think they have any intention of using it. They have patents on like 100 different names. So
yep, they have a lot of.
They're going to come out with a Land Dweller.
Nope, they have trademarks with a lot of things with Dweller at the end, just to prevent other people from coming up with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's about it. That's it. All right. Well, good show, everybody. Thank you so much to Brian for jumping on, to SE for being with us, and Boston Collector for jumping on.
Yeah.
And we will catch. Hold on. Let me send you over to. I'm gonna mute you real quick, Boston, because you have you got some slightly weird audio. Let's see where T and Tickers is.
He's in England.
All right, cool. Guys, head on over to the TN Tickers channel. They're doing a live stream right now. Before you leave, upvote the live stream, guys. Before you leave, upvote this live stream. Make sure you're subscribed. You have notifications set to all. Make sure on your YouTube app on your phone that you have notifications enabled so you know when we're going live. And all you members, make sure you've used your member milestone chats. If you're not a member, guys, please become members. We have very affordable memberships as low as $200 a month. Don't believe me? Click on the link right here where it says memberships. Peace out. Have a great afternoon. We'll catch up with you later. Good night.